Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the big time show, the ride. As I do sometimes, I ride in to work with some of you guys who are up early in the morning. I would not like to come this early, but it's really the only time I got. I don't even have time later this afternoon, or I have a little bit of time this evening, but here I am. What's going on? I gotta be real careful. I see a big old deer going by my vehicle here. I stay kind of out in the country, so deers are commonplace here. What's going on? Here to talk about obviously the biggest game of the year. Every game is a playoff game at this point for us. And when I say us, I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. It is a huge huge game coming up against Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care if we were playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. When you dug a hole like we have, uh, playoffs start in the middle of the year now, right after the bye week. That's where we are. Uh, that's what the hole that our team is dug. Uh, let's see how much fight we got to try to make a nice little run here. And unfortunately, the run is going to come in the midst of a real gauntlet, of teams. These next three games are the games that pretty much everybody circled when they saw the schedule. Everybody knew that these next three games pretty much was going to kind of, dictate the season. But unfortunately, I think the season somewhat has already been kind of written because of all the losses that we've had. It's to the point now that if you really are talking, a playoff push, you almost have put yourself in a position where you have to run the table. This is where we are. It is no sense of trying to depend on anybody else and hope for this and hope for that. Forget all that. You're going to have to do something that's big. And it all starts this Sunday afternoon against our beloved friends, the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, my God. Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles. A team that we love, right? Let me put some music on because y'all, I can't, that's better. Now let's ride. I got my ride music. Let's ride together. Team that we know quite well. A team that we really don't have to really study for. We know what they're all about. We know what they like to do. We know their personnel. Philadelphia Eagles, no disrespect. They are the world champions. They're the best team in football until somebody knocks them off. And I ain't talking about on a weekly basis. Their season will be determined in the playoffs. Philadelphia Eagles will make the playoffs to chance to defend their championship. No disrespect to them, but I don't like them. It's just that simple. However, I want to say this without going into too far of detail. You guys who may watch this a little bit later, you guys may have to watch a little bit more detailed show later this week talking about Philly, but this kind of like a little overview. This is a game just based off my thinking. We Philly don't know what to expect right here. And I'm coming from a defensive position. I told you guys, everybody talking about this gonna be a test. Okay, that's fine. I realize Philadelphia is better than the Raiders. I understand that, and I totally agree with you. However, the defense that played Philadelphia in week 1 is nowhere near the defense that they're getting ready to see this week. And there's not a lot of tape on this particular defense. You got to account for this because they've only played 1 week together. That's it. There's really not a lot of tape Now you have the tape of the tendencies of the coach. You have that and his style, Eberflus style, but Philly has not felt this defense. There's only one team that can say we know what this defense is all about, and that's the Raiders, and that's it. There's not enough tape. You don't know what new wrinkles Eberflus may come up with these guys that he have now. And for that reason, it makes this game tremendously interesting to me. Because, and then when you look at, I think Lane Johnson, they're all world, future Hall of Fame, right tackle. He's not going to play if I think I'm right about that. Which means if you lose a guy like Lane Johnson, that's a problem for your offense. And the way that this defense, as I predicted, without even seeing them play, I knew that because of Quentin Williams and the double team that he automatically brings, it was going to free everybody else up one-on-one. And sure enough, Osa had sacks. Kenny Clark had sacks. Clowney was a problem. Izaraku was back there. I mean, the pressure was there. So Philly have not seen this. Their idea is to run the football, which they're supposed to. First game said when we played them, we shut Saquon down to, I believe, 60 some odd yards, under 70 yards. That was with the worst ranked defense. Remnants of that. Really putting the defense together. If you remember, Michael Parsons got traded right before the game. I mean, the week before the game. So the whole defensive play, the whole defensive game plan was just shifted very quickly to where now you don't, what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to put a game plan together when you put a game plan together all summer long with the inclusion of Michael Parsons in it. And we played them pretty well. Jalen Hurts killed us with his legs, if you remember that game. It wasn't Saquon. It wasn't A.J. Brown. It wasn't Devontae Smith. Really, it was a Jalen Hurts game where he threw a little bit. I think he only had under 200 yards. I mean, he was effective. But his legs destroyed us. And so, a running quarterback can mess up any defense. So I think that'll be a primary focus this week. Me personally, I'm not scared of Jalen Hurts throwing the football. I'm not scared at all. As a matter of fact, I want him throwing the football. I ain't trying to disrespect him, but when you say drop back 25 plus times a game, you actually want Jalen Hurts to do it. I take my chances. He don't scare me at all. So my primary goal is, if I'm a defensive coordinator, based off what I know Philly wants to do, and that's run the football, and that's with a combination. And I think some is that we also need to think about as far as the running game. Because Philly gonna try to run the ball. They ain't even come out and pass, and that's really not their game. I think that the addition of Tank Bigsby is a big one. The 1-2 punch. They have a legitimate 1-2 punch. And Tank comes in and runs the ball extremely well for Philadelphia. Saquon does it too, but you're so keyed in on him that it ain't nothing like what it was last year. It's not nothing, they're missing some people. Teams have a whole year's worth of tape to try to figure out how to stop Saquon, and that's really what you're seeing right now, is that teams have enough tape to figure this thing out. They ain't figured out the tush push, but they figured out how to kind of shut Barkley down for going crazy like he did last year. So, but that's what they want to do. And Jalen is a big part of it. And he torched us in week 1 with his running, or his timely running, put it that way. With his timely running. He torched us. Big third down plays, gashed us, all that type of stuff. That's what I'm more worried about with Jalen. Defensively, hey, Philadelphia has the #1 ranked defense in the league. It's for a reason. They're good. It's just no question. They are good. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You got to keep in mind when we played them, we didn't play them with Jaden Carter. I'm sorry. Y'all remember what happened? He spit on Dak. He got suspended, kicked out for that game or whatever. So we didn't see that. He'll be playing this week. Having him in the game obviously makes Philadelphia a better team without a doubt. He's a problem inside. It's really simple. Can Tyler Booker and BB or BB and Tyron Smith, depending on where Carter lines up, can we block him? It's really that simple. I mean, he's gonna play. He's a big piece of their defense. Especially when Jordan Davis is beside them. They're very good. Excellent linebackers, Bond, who's all pro, Kobe Dean, a Pro Bowl type linebacker. They're solid on every level. One of the things that I've always said, everybody's different in building a team. I said if you're real good on all 3 levels, defensive line, linebacker, and secondary, you're gonna have real good defense. Philly has that. The 2 quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, if you were to ask me, that is it is not saying that they're bad at all. Gene and Quentin Mitchell, they're pretty good. However, if you were to say what is the weak spot of the Philadelphia Eagles defense, to me, I'm saying that is the secondary. Especially when you have what we have on offense. I don't care who the cornerbacks are. When you got a CeeDee Lamb and a George Pickens and a Jake Ferguson, you go at them. It's no fear here at all. And so, yes, we're going to obviously try to run the ball, obviously. But Philly is a very good defensive football team against the run. When you have the type of people that they have on the defensive line, you can expect a rough day. But that don't mean that we need to eliminate the running game. I'm saying that we need to go at them and you just can't let them dictate the game. If you got Tyler Booker, you got all these first rounders and third, real good linemen, you got to go let these guys hit these guys. You got to let them hit them. You got to go at Carter. You got to go at Jordan Davis. You got to go, you got to punish these Brandon Graham, all these guys. You got to go at them. You got to lay on them. You can't play on your heels. It's going to be a physical ball game. It should be a physical ball game. There's really not a lot of secrets between these guys. The wild card, as I said before, is the unknown. Philly hadn't seen this defense. Especially when we go with that 5-man front. That 5-man front is awesome for us. I've seen enough. The 5-man front, which I think we will see this week a whole lot more, I think that's going to be a problem for Philly because you're gonna have to make a choice. You're gonna either have to double team. You got to double team Quentin Williams. Now, if you don't, he gonna wreck your game up. So that's obvious. So I'm expecting the double team there. Okay, your question then becomes, okay, with the good offensive line that Philly has, I know Lane Johnson is not playing. However, they still pretty good. Can we beat those guys one-on-one? That's the question. I think we can. So I'm expecting the Cowboys defense, as crazy as it may sound, I told you guys, you can't charge this defense that we have now with the defense that we've had over the last 8 weeks. It's a total different team. Overshown, Williams, Logan Wilson, Kalen Carson, who's played extremely well in his time. Kalen Carson. Hooker is back, who looked pretty good, I gotta admit. Hooker came back looking pretty good. So it is a total different defense. You can't charge us. Those defensive rankings, because we were so bad, those rankings are going to go up week by week. They're going to go up week by week, y'all. Before it's all said and done, I don't care if we're in the playoff hunt or not. The defensive rankings, I'm guaranteeing you, the defensive rankings, when it's all said and done, the Cowboys will move from about 31, maybe all the way up to maybe about 22. I mean, I ain't saying that's a big thing. I'm just saying, consider where they were. It's going to drop. See what I'm saying? So I'm really looking for, hey, Joe, I see you, man. I just peeped down. Appreciate you, Joe. Was that Marlon? Marlon, you on here? What's up, man? We really have to, you really got to give this defense, you haven't seen them but one game. You know it's going to be, it's going to be improvement. How much, though? Will they play lights out against Philly? I don't know. I know I don't expect no blowout for sure. I expect this defense to go to work. No question. If you were to take something from the Raiders game, however, you want to do some little film talk. Let's do a little film talk. All right. So what from the Raider game can the Eagles take away on this defense that, that gassed them? Well, it was the bootleg plays. That's something that Jalen Hurts does. Geno Smith gassed us, if you want to be truthful, when they ran the bootleg plays. And I'm quite sure that has been addressed so far this week. I'm quite sure that that's going to, and I'm saying that you can't blame when you got a good running back, and they go one way, defense going to go their way. The question is contained there. That's the question. When the bootleg happens, they come out, is Jalen wide open to run the ball off the bootleg, or is he there wide open with a guy wide open to pass it to? That's the question. What's up, Joe Smith? Joe, I don't know if we're done yet, and I really ain't worried about catching the Eagles. I don't think that the division, I don't think we are going to catch the Eagles as far as the division goes. I will agree with you on that. As far as Dallas being done, I don't know that yet. We're still alive. We ain't on life support yet. We're in intensive care. We're not on life support though. So until we on life support, we still alive. Put it this way: if we beat Philadelphia, your chances just improve. Would you agree with that? If we lose to Philadelphia, then I will agree with you. I say let's go ahead and start preparing for the draft. I'm one that don't quit yet. So, if you're a Cowboy fan, if you're already looking toward the draft, I'll catch up with you in about I'll catch up later on when it's time to. Until then, we got football to play. So I'm not gonna knock any Cowboy fans for saying, hey, it's over, let's get ready for the draft. Hey, so be it. I'm cool with that. I'm just built a little different. I'm the type that have to have 0.0 chance. That's me. If I got a chance, I'm gonna roll with my chance till somebody knock me out. Joe, you wrote a paragraph here. I can't read it. I'm driving. Based off your first post there, I'm quite sure it's saying that Dallas probably don't have a chance and all that. I've already admitted. I said our chances are very slim, but it's not over. It's not being optimistic. Those are facts. If the Cowboys have an 8% chance or whatever, and if they beat Philly, I guarantee you, that 8% chance moves up to about a 13% chance. Well, last time I checked, 13 is better than 8. So we will see. It's a must-win game for the Cowboys. It's not a must-win game for the Philadelphia Eagles, other than bragging rights. The Cowboys should be incredibly desperate. They should be, hair on fire. Because really, to be honest with you, the Cowboys are in playoff mode. Trying to get to the playoffs. Every game is a playoff game. So the urgency is there. Now, whether they play like it is another whole different thing, but they know they can't afford to lose right now. So the game, it's a huge playoff game for the Cowboys. We at home. If there was any game that the crowd should be hyped, it should be us. I'm quite sure it's going to be plenty of Philadelphia Eagle fans there. I hope that the Cowboy fans drain them out. It's a big game. It's a huge game. I would say it's a big game for Philadelphia because Philly knows that if they win against us Sunday, that just about to put us out. I mean, not mathematically, but literally, you can kiss season goodbye with 7 losses. I mean, I don't think 9 wins will get you in. Or 8 win, 8-7-1. That won't get you in. So it's a big game. I think the Philadelphia Eagles stand there with a chance. I mean, what better way to say, the ruined Cowboy Nation is to say we were the ones that really just put the nail in the coffin for the season. So I think it's a huge game. I think it's going to be incredibly emotional. I think it's going to be big. And I'll wait until, I could make a prediction now. I really don't do predictions, but I got a feeling. I know what's getting ready to happen. This Sunday. I have a big feeling I know what's getting ready to happen this Sunday. But I saved it. And let's make things very clear. The Cowboys are not going to win the NFC East. Okay? So for all of those, like I believe whoever that gentleman was that came and said something earlier about we're not catching Philly. It's really not about catching Philly. We're not going to catch them. We dug ourselves a hole. The NFC East, Philadelphia is going to win the East. Okay? That's easy. That's not even worth talking about. The Cowboys are chasing that last wild card spot. And that last wild card spot is, I believe, held by the 49ers right now, I believe. And I think the 49ers are 6-3. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, they're 6-3. And so what, we're 4-5-1. So that now, since I said 6-3, that can be caught when it's playing a football there. So don't look at the NFC East per se. Y'all got that. We dug ourselves a nice hole. We can't get out of that. So y'all got the East. Good. We're locked in on that 7 seed, that last wild card spot. That's the goal. So now, since I said that, now you understand why I say it's not over. We're only 2 games behind. With about what, eight games left. Yeah, the last wild card spot can be caught. So let's not act like that can't be done. Okay. So but again, a big gauntlet of games. Oh, exactly. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, Kermit? There it is. I can see that. Okay, that makes it even better. I'm sorry, I got my stuff messed up. The 49ers are 7-4. All right. They currently, I believe, hold the last wild card spot. Okay, if they're 7-4, we're 4-5-1. I think that can be caught, right? Okay. So who was that? Whoever Smith, whoever that was. Okay, now talk to me. 49ers hold the last wild card spot. Cowboys are 4-5-1. 49ers are 7-4. That can be caught. We don't have control over what the 49ers do. All we got control over what we do. So, right, that tells you the importance of this game coming up. We got to win. Joe Smith, you're absolutely correct. No argument there. We cannot afford. There is a difference. But that just because Philly can't afford to lose the game, it don't mean that they ain't trying to win. So we ain't about to do that. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys. It's bragging rights. They don't like us. We don't like them. Huh? You know what, Joe? I think you're a Cowboy fan. You sound like a tired Cowboy fan, though. I ain't gonna knock you for it. I think you're a Cowboy fan. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to read in between the lines. I think you're a Cowboy fan. Well, I would let me jump with Joe right quick. Joe Smith here. Let me say this about Dallas Cowboys. Because what Joe said is true. What Joe Smith said is true. It is once again the classic big game for the Dallas Cowboys that we never win. It's always something. We beat up on the bad teams and then we play these type teams. We don't get the job done. You got to get it done now. These next 3 games are considered what everybody says big games. Look, you got to pull it off now. These are the games. Joe is right. Y'all got to be honest. I know we all Cowboy fans here, but we got to be honest. I've been saying it for years. The big games, it's just always something. Can't pull it off. Either the offense plays well, the defense don't play well enough, or the defense plays well enough, and the offense don't play well, or penalties, or turnovers. It's always something. When we get to these games like this is the narrative. and Dak got to get it done. I ain't gonna say Dak. The whole team got to get it done. They got to get it done. Okay, so it's a big game. You know, and you don't want to dilute it. You say you can afford to lose one. I don't know about that because Seattle, who the best record? Seattle, Philly, the Rams, all of them got the number one seed, if I'm not mistaken, in view. So it's a big game now. I throw Chicago in there, even though you don't think Chicago wins. Chicago been winning. So it's still a whole lot on the line. You don't want to give up a game right now. Who's that? Joe in Italy. Joe just said what I just said. Great minds think alike, Joe. There you go. Oh, it's a big game. Philly know what's going on. They don't want to be in trust me, in Detroit. They don't want to be on no road for no playoff game. They want everybody to come to Philly. So we ain't about to act like Philly, oh, okay, with Dallas, y'all. Yeah, you know, that'll be the narrative. Dallas win. Well, y'all needed to win. We're still, no, we ain't even go that way. Trust me, Philadelphia coming to try to tear us apart. Trust me. Just like Dallas trying to tear them apart. It's going to be a big game, man. It's going to be a big game. Let me go back and I'll let you guys go because I'm back actually here in my spot. Let me tell you something. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are going to have a big game. Remember I told y'all that. Philly, nobody's scared at all of Cooper DeJean, Mitchell, and the other dude, Jackson or whoever he is. Ain't nobody scared of them. Dak gonna light them guys up. That's all I'm gonna tell you. The question is, can Javonte Williams have a decent game? If Javonte Williams have a good game, Philly in trouble. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If Javonte Williams has a good game, Philly is in trouble. Well, ain't nobody stopping Pickens. Nobody stopping Lamb. Nobody. Don't care who you get. So we will see. We will see. And for those that will, I have a more detailed show coming up later this week. Definitely Friday, tomorrow with the OGs, B-Bird and Cowboy Joe. Y'all come hang with us tomorrow night. We'll probably hit the game a little bit tougher than that. Then on Saturday, I'll do my individual show, and we'll see this week. I may have a guest this week, a Philadelphia Eagle guest. We'll see. All right, guys. Listen, appreciate you guys. That's all I got. Got to go to work, like most of you. I will see you guys definitely tomorrow night, 7:00 Central. I think that's what time we go on. Just turn the notifications on. If you're on YouTube, if you're not following me, I hope that you would consider that. And then if you are, I hope that you would turn on the bell, the live notification bell, so that way you know when I come on live, you can join in. It'll give you the notification on your phone. You can come hang with me. If you're on Facebook, if you're not following me, like the channel, turn those notifications on, and you'll see when I come on live as well. So I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with your boy. Philadelphia week. It's time to go to work. playoff game for the Dallas Cowboys. Make no mistake about it. It is a playoff game, and we got to go to work. Ain't nothing else to talk about. It's desperation time. All stops. We got to go to work. We need a big game. And let me throw this one out. Can KaVontae Turpin, can you give me one finally? Can you give me one? This will be a great game. Give me one. Give me a touchdown, please. A kickoff return. And folks done kick to him too much for him not to have punished people for kicking to him. We talking about all pro. I'm disappointed in his campaign this year. He's gotten the ball. He got his hands on the ball too much for him not to be destroying people. I'm having a problem with that. I need KaVontae to let's go to work. Show the world why you was all pro last year. I need that. I need that. It's about that time. I'm calling him out. It's time for KaVontae Turpin to show why he's all pro. I need some returns. I need some returns. Now, that's just a request as I leave. That's just a request. I don't know who that is on kick, but it's Joe, I even take it a step further. It always boils down to, it really is going to boil down to the trenches. Who dominates the line of scrimmage, just like last week. I mean, it's really any football game, but in a game like this, it's really about that. Can Philly's offensive line block our defensive line? Can our offensive line block Philly's defensive line? That's what the game gonna be won. I agree with you. O-line play. And we gonna find out. It's really a greater defensive line, a real good defensive line with Philly against our offensive line, and it's vice versa with us. We got a real good defensive line. Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams. Just those two. They got Jordan Davis and Jaden Carter. I mean, it's almost a mirror image of each other. Who's better? That's what the game gonna be at. So whoever dominates that's who's gonna. That's probably. You're right. That's really what the game really is. If the defensive line is causing problems for quarterbacks, it's gonna be a problem because Dak ain't gonna have all the time to throw, and Jalen Hurts won't have a lot of time to throw. It's really about who's gonna block who. It really is. It really is. So we'll see if the Cowboys will bring what they packaged from again the game against the Raiders. Will they bring that same package to the Philly game? In other words, can they be consistent? That's the question. Usually when we beat up a team like the Raiders, we be saying, okay, can we play like that against, the Phillies and the Kansas Cities and all that type of stuff? That's the question. Can they bring that same dominance to this game? That's the question. We ain't only one way to find out. I mean, I got an answer in my head. I'll just go ahead and say I think they can. Quentin Williams is all pro no matter who he plays. And he's dominant. He's a dominant football player. I don't care who he plays. If you go one-on-one with him, he's gonna destroy you. So that you know what I'm saying? A dominant player is gonna be a dominant player no matter what. And you have to treat him as such. And if you don't treat a dominant player with the proper attention, you're gonna get your brains beat out. And so that's what I'm saying. Because of him, it's going to open everything up for this defense. And I expect us to play great. All right. I'll leave y'all with that. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with the Cowboys OG podcast. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging with me on the ride. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.